Hey, how's it going? Just jumping on here for a few minutes to do a video response to Chris Propfe, Musically Obsessed. A week and a bit ago, he posted a video asking people to show 5 records that have numbers in the band name, the record title, the song titles, whatever. Pretty easy. I'm bored. Let's do it. Start out with a record from 1983. It's a Polish band. It's on Ton Press Records. And the cover kind of gives me the creeps. 2+1. Record's called Bez Limitu. A bunch of years ago, a friend of mine was in Toronto. Found a stack of records that someone had put out for curbside garbage collection. So he grabbed them, gave them to me. Turned out they were all Polish records. There was some good 60s stuff in there. It was like some Czesław Niemann and Czerwon Gitary and Budka Suflera and stuff. And this was in there. I'd never heard of this before then. I've never heard of this after then. Basically, it's kind of crappy 80s synth pop. There are a few tracks that are more new wave oriented that are fairly interesting. It's all sung in Polish. Whatever. This has survived in my collection for a long time now, and I don't know why. One day at a time. Next up, 1984. From Reno, Nevada, a band that most of you probably are familiar with. 7 Seconds. This is The Crew LP on BYO Records, the Better Youth Organization. This record spent a lot of time on my turntable when I was a kid. Well played, fast, pretty melodic, early posi-core, I suppose. They had a couple of dark periods in their existence where their music kind of didn't do it for me, but overall, great band. Next up, from Cleveland, Ohio, 2001, Nine Shocks Terror, Paying Homage. It's on My Mind's Eye Records. I don't see this version as much as I see the other one, which I believe is on Sound Pollution. I don't own a copy of that, but I should. Arguably one of the greatest hardcore punk bands of the 90s. Fantastic live shows. It's got a heavy Japanese hardcore influence, but there's also some 70s US hard rock in there, courtesy of Urba. Yeah, you can't lose with Nine Shocks Terror. You really can't. Here we got kind of a grail from my neck of the woods, from London, Ontario. A band called 63 Monroe. It's on Nardum Records. It's from 1980. It's called N.F.G. Yeah, this record's fairly expensive. It doesn't turn up often. I remember seeing this band a bunch of times when I was first getting into punk. As to be expected with early punk, there's a heavy rock and roll influence. There's some 70s glam in there as well. They probably blew people's minds when they first came out. I didn't see them until, the mid-80s, really. And they still play today. Well, COVID allowing, but I haven't seen them in years. But yeah, 63 Monroe. And lastly, from Quebec, Montreal to be precise. I've discussed this band before, the 222s. I showed their I Love Susan single a bunch of videos back. Yeah, from Montreal, this is probably recorded from, around 78, 79. But this record was released on Rave Up in 2012. Like 63 Monroe, very rock-oriented, musically rock and roll-oriented, and there's definitely a 70s glam influence to it, although the two bands don't really sound the same, but whatever. Yeah, 222s. That's all I got. I'll see you soon with a collection update or something. Bye.